ways that women emasculate men, probably without even realizing it. Number one, telling him he needs to open up about his feelings, but then telling him that his feelings don't matter when he does decide to open up. Comparing him to all of your exes or a specific ex. Asking him for help, but then complaining on how he does said help. Talking shit to him about anything he seems interested in, like football, just because he's not giving you enough of attention. Always complaining that his job is not a real job, or that his salary is never enough money. Making jokes masked as insults. Nagging him around instead of being direct in what you want, or giving him the silent treatment and expecting him to just know. Treating him like his feelings don't matter. The constant jokes around him being the extra child in the household or a man child. This one goes back to insults masked as jokes. Making him feel like everything he does is not good enough. And lastly, my favorite one is always letting him know that whatever he does is never going to make you happy. Okay, bye.
Man, I want you to pay attention here. You already saw the video already, but I got to break it down piece by piece. And I want you to simply listen very carefully, seriously, because you may be getting emasculated and don't realize it. Or maybe you do and you don't want to think about it, but seriously do. So here's the first part.
Here are a couple ways that women emasculate men, probably without even realizing it. Number one, telling him he needs to open up about his feelings, but then telling him that his feelings don't matter when he does decide to open up.
Okay. There's a reason why we do not open up our feelings to women. And don't get me wrong. There might be like a very tiny number of women you can open your feelings to and not worry about having them weaponized against you. But that's a very rare number. And don't get me wrong. Like there would be that one woman who you could pretty much sink in her arms, weep a little bit, and she sees that, you did so much for her, you was her rock and all that. The moment she sees the little cracks in you, she holds you together. She's that one. As the majority of the rest, don't take a chance. If you feel like you're going to emotionally break, just go to the garage or something or whatever, and then, deal with it that way. Do not tell no woman that. I'll let you know beyond a shadow of a doubt. She won't weaponize your feelings. Next.
Comparing him to all of your exes or a specific ex.
Okay, that one hurts. That one really hurts. That will make you feel totally worthless. Comparing you to her exes or the one specific ex. And I'm praying she's not talking about in terms of what goes on in the bedroom. I hope not. That was suck beyond recognition. Just the fact that, well, he's taller, he's strong, better looking. No. But just bringing any ex period is always a bad thing to do. Next.
Asking him for help, but then complaining on how he does said help.
Yeah. For example, him doing the dishes. Like, he get the dishes done, the dishes are done, they're clean. It's like, I'll let my air dry. Really? Even though he spent a lot of extra time drying it with a dishcloth, what have you not? Or, I want the garbage taken out now, not 5-10 minutes later. Number one, the guy actually worked. It's one thing working an office job, I could almost see that, but he has to do it manual labor where it takes a lot of physical exertion. I think the guy might be a little tired, but there are guys who's like, you know what? I better do some of this work, or I won't go on here to the end of it, or I'll get some type of problems. The same. Next.
Talking shit to him about anything he seems interested in, like football, just because he's not giving you enough of attention.
Sounds familiar. It don't have to be football. It could be basketball, baseball, soccer, wrestling.
Always complaining that his job is not a real job, or that his salary is never enough money.
Once again, she's trying to kill, I'm not going to say your pride, but once again, attacking your self-worth. You have, number one, At least you're working. Like I said, at least you're working. It's one thing you're working at minimum wage, that I can see why she said that, but you have a decent job, you're working, and it's not a real job? Come on. It's one thing you work part-time job, knowing you gotta work full-time. I don't almost understand why she said something, but it's still, she could be more constructive. Instead of pretty much like, carving you up verbally. That don't sound like she's trying to give it constructive criticism to make you, to strive better. It's more like cutting you down to the quick.
Making jokes masked as insults.
Yeah, we know that one. Saying like, maybe like making jokes about like how you clean up in the house, how you do in the bedroom, how you are around people. Yeah. It comes off as mean-spirited and very disrespectful.
Nagging him around instead of being direct in what you want, or giving him the silent treatment and expecting him to just know.
That's my favorite. Basically, they want us to be mind readers. They want us to be like Charles Xavier. Okay, can I tell you something? If the day ever comes that men became mind readers, a lot of men will run away from a lot of women, especially from the West, especially from the United States. That should be the only time men will voluntarily scream for divorce, because he realized, like, what have I done? So ladies, you better pray to God we don't become like Charles Xavier, because your days will be numbered in that sense.
Treating him like his feelings don't matter.
Facts. We are not supposed to feel sad. We're not supposed to feel despair. We're not supposed to feel anything except for hungry, angry, and horny. All the feelings not allowed.
The constant jokes around him being the extra child in the household, or a man-child.
But yet you wonder why men chose to stay single. Why they chose to be alone. Why the MGTOW movement is as strong as it is, as well as the Passport Bro movement.
This one goes back to insults masked as jokes.
Yeah, we've done that already.
Making him feel like everything he does is not good enough. And
yeah, sounds like cutting him down again.
lastly, my favorite one is always letting him know that whatever he does is never going to make you happy.
Which says, like, you're never happy. Which explains why, like, you make it sound like, oh, we don't need men. Here's the difference between men and women. And I'm not going to try to be like me like that, but men tend to be a lot more logical. It's like, they find ways to survive. They'll be okay. They'll be okay by themselves. A lot of women, not all, but a lot of women go by emotions. If you go by sheer emotions alone, your life's going to suck. Plain and simple. But I think what she said is spot on. But what are your thoughts on what she had to say? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below.